Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. Audiences have been changed for good because of both Wicked movies. The epic conclusion, Wicked for Good, is now in theaters and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. The first Wicked movie was only the first act of the Broadway musical, and now Wicked for Good is the second act, now played out on the big screen with writer Winnie Holzman and director John M. Chu fleshing it out a bit more and taking some bigger risks. We know that Cynthia Erivo's Elphaba has flown off, now in hiding as she plots her next move. The wizard's work manipulating the Ozians marches on as he builds the Olympic Road. Meanwhile, Glinda, played to perfection by Ariana Grande, is reveling in the new spotlight put on her. She loves fame and now has everything that she's ever wanted, including marrying Prince Fiero, who's played by the dreamy Jonathan Bailey. She is realizing that it all comes at a cost, given what has happened to her best friend Elphaba and the blatant lies coming out of the wizard and Madame Morrible. They have rebranded Elphaba as the Wicked Witch of the West and Glinda as Glinda the Good. They are stoking fear amongst Ozians to not just hate Elphaba, but their propaganda reaches to anti-Munchkin and anti-animal territory. Elphaba will stop at nothing to expose the wizard for who he truly is. Now, it's hard not to compare Wicked for Good in conjunction with the first film, as they really work in tandem to tell the full picture. Director John M. Chu shot both of them at the same time, so there really is this cohesion between both films. There's a bit of a time jump between the stories, and now we're seeing these characters matured, grown up a bit more, and they're no longer the innocent, fresh-faced students at Chiz University. We see them worn down and fractured, not just in the actors' performances, but in the hair and makeup design, and in Oscar winner Paul Tazewell's costume designs. His costumes remain flawless as the rich, stunning textures and architectures just radiate on screen. Now, if the first film felt like a big ensemble story with just huge production numbers, I think that the second film just feels a bit more intimate in nature. We find Elphaba, Glinda, Nessa, Bach, and Fiero in very different places, and the story really narrows in on the greater stakes that we find them in. We're now in a darker place and time in Oz than ever before. Winnie Holzman's script leans into the political turmoil at the hands of the wizard, and it should feel very familiar and resonate hard with audiences. Its themes include, lying to the people, stoking fear and hate, stripping characters of their voice that should really strike a chord. Now, much like the second act of the musical, the second film really ties into the storyline of The Wizard of Oz, but I don't think it relies too heavily on that. It's not like we're seeing Dorothy's face and scenes from The Wizard of Oz replayed out here. The music in the second film is more intimate in nature, as it offers up mainly solos and duets, with two new songs like Glinda's The Girl in the Bubble and Elphaba's There's No Place Like Home, two show-stopping favorites like Elphaba's No Good Deed, and duets like As Long As You're Mine and the title track For Good. Cynthia Erivo continues to just be a powerhouse on screen, both in the nuance of her acting choices and just her vocal prowess. I loved her rendition of No Good Deed. Her Elphaba is worn down like so many people out there who have been shunned and feel like outcast in society, but she's still a fighter, and she rallies those around her who are tired of fighting. You truly feel the chemistry between her and Ariana Grande as their on-screen friendship and love is on the line. Grande does an exceptional job with the duality within Glinda. She's funny and heartbreaking and just soars with the evolution of this character. You really feel like these two performances are made from one another, as each actress is growing and just feeding off the other one like true scene partners. Now, the first film felt bigger and can just stand on its own, but by nature of this being a second part, Wicked for Good really acts and works as a conclusion to the story instead of being its own story. It comes with a beautiful ending and this final image that really ties everything together. I'm giving Wicked for Good 4 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I have some movie reviews and some celebrity interviews. I did get to interview Michelle Yeoh for the first film, so check that out. She plays Madame Morrible, and she's just so good in both of these movies. So check out that interview. Follow me across social media at Paul's Movie Trip. I would love to hear your thoughts. Are you a Wicked fan? Tell me your thoughts on Wicked for Good. And if you like my work, if you want to keep supporting my work a little bit more, go to my Patreon. I'm new to Patreon, so I'm doing some exclusive content over there. So check that out and go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for even more reviews. Thank you so much for watching my review of Wicked for Good. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.